Friends, I'm conducting 3-hour masterclass on AI automation and 3-day, 5-day AI automation workshops next week and going forward. The link is given in the description. Please register yourself using that link. I can share the invite of those programs. So when you registered, you will give your email ID and phone number. I can send you the notifications to that email ID and phone number. Please upgrade yourself to the AI automation. In these workshops, I'm going to teach about how you can build AI automations using n8n and how we can solve the real world problems using these automations. And these programs are absolutely free. So please enroll to these programs. Hi friends, welcome to AI Automation Mastery Hub. So this session is very special. So this session is the problem the industry is facing right now. So you have a customer care team, any business has a customer care team. So the business want to automate that customer care team, right? In this use case, I'm going to discuss step by step how you can automate your customer care team and how can you leverage the AI capabilities for your customer care, right? If you implement this use case, you can save a lot of money and a lot of time also. Let's dive without any delay. So the topic I'm going to discuss is the RAG, Retrieval-Augmented Generation. So this topic I will explain with a simple example. For example, a customer booked a flight in Air India. Now he want to postpone his journey, right? If I open the ChatGPT and I ask question, how do I postpone my journey in Air India? Then ChatGPT has some knowledge about Air India in this training and it gives some kind of response. But that response is might be outdated. That response is not reliable, right? Instead of going to ChatGPT, if you go to the airline, if you call the airline, or if you send the email to the airline, if you charge the airline company the customer care, you will get the exact response. How or what things you need to do to postpone your travel, right? So in this case, you can't rely on ChatGPT 100%, right? We need to talk to our corresponding customer care to get the 100% accurate response. Now, nowadays, business want to replace AI with the customer care team, right? So AI is very intelligent and it give response in humanic manner, not robotic way. So custom business want to replace AI models with the customer care, but AI doesn't have the knowledge of that company, knowledge of that business, right? Now, what I can do is I will develop a chatbot or voice engine or an email. So whenever customer asks for the question, the AI takes the question and AI go look into the corresponding business documents, right? If customer asks in a earlier example, customer asks the dates. I want how can I postpone the date in the Air India. Now I'm providing all the Air India business documents to the Chat GPT. I'm asking the Chat GPT, don't give your own answer. Look into that business related documents and provide answer accordingly, right? If that is possible, customer will get the accurate answer, right? But the challenge is the company documents, for example Air India documents might be so much huge documents of regarding business policies, everything. It the 15 GB size documents, 1000 pages document, 10,000 pages document. So we can't load all in this much huge massive data to the Chat GPT. Chat GPT once again it hallucinates and it give different kind of responses, right? Now the challenge is how can how can I train AI model on my business data? In this case, how if it is Air India want to leverage the AI capabilities to automate their customer care, then how Air India can train AI models on their business data, right? Now the answer is RAG, Retrieved Augmented Generation. So we discuss what is the RAG, how the RAG works now in this very important slide. So I want to provide the my company documentation, right? What business documentation to the LLM or AI model. Now, because of the huge size, I can't provide the entire document in one go. What I can do is I can split the huge documents into multiple chunks, right? For example, this is a 15 GB document. In this example, I'm taking the airlines called ARK Airlines. ARK Airlines is a 15 GB document. And what internally what I can do is I can chunk this 15 GB document into 10,000 chunks or 1 lakh chunks, right? Small chunks. Here the funda is the chunks are not random. The chunks are related stuff I put in one chunk, not with the keyword related stuff. For example, all the refund in one check, all the frequent flyer information in one check. So it stands entire the document. In the entire document, wherever I find the refund, I will get all put together in one check, right? So in that ways, I will create chunks in a semantic manner. Semantic means related to a specific concept, right? Even internally, the process will do. You don't worry. You're not able to chunk everything. I'm just explaining the background process of RAG. This everything happen internally. We need to just use the RAG. I'm just explaining this background of RAG for the knowledge sake only. Okay, even if you don't understand, that's not a problem. I can showcase the example, then you can understand 100%, right? So the whole document, the whole massive document, I will chunk. The first step is chunking the documents. And after chunking, for each chunk, I give some kind of the score. It's called embedding. Okay. For each chunk, I calculate the each chunk on some algorithm and generate some score. Right. So this is a score for chunk 1, this is a score for chunk 2, this is a score for chunk 3, score for chunk 4, like that. I have 10,000 chunks, I have the scores. This is called embeddings. Right. I'm mapping a number to the chunk, some number. I'm calculating the chunk based on some algorithm. I'm creating some number. I'm assigning that number to the chunk, right? So the chunk number and the chunk, these two, this table I'm storing in somewhere called the vector database. So this vector database holds all the embeddings, right? This is one side of story. Now what I did, my entire document, I break down the document into multiple chunks. For each chunk, I calculated the score using some algorithm that is called embedding, and I'm mapping the embedding score to the chunk. I'm storing all this embedding and this chunk in a vector database, right? Now afterwards, a second time story. When a customer queries about the any question like how do I post my travel, right? It queries the chatbot. Chatbot internally calls the AA agent. I'm creating some AA agent. The AA agent. AA agent will will calculate the score of the customer question. The same algorithm, using what algorithm I created a score for the chunk, using the same algorithm I use and I create the score again with my customer question. Then I got some number, some score, embedding score, right? So my AA agent go to the vector database and pick up the chunk matching that score, right? In this example, for example, when I calculate the customer question, I got the score like 2934 here. Okay. So when I go to the vector database and I get the chunk 2934 chunk 2, my chunk 2 contains that answer, right? So using that chunk 2, my AA agent gets that information and it generates the response based on the information, right? So it retrieves over here from in this manner and using that adds that response and generates the response based on the chunk what I get from the vector database, and that is sent back to the customer. That is exact information the customer looking for, right? So this is very simple process. The first step, the huge documents we split and we embed and we create some kind of score embeddings and store in vector database. And in other part, whenever the customer asks the question in the retrieval part, our AI agents will go and calculate the customer question score and get the chunk based on the customer question and get the right chunk immediately. No need to scan 15 GB, 20 GB document every time. It will take a lot of time, right? Instead of straight away going to chunk, pick up that chunk and answer to the customer. That is the concept of RAG. Now we see in operation how we can do that in n8n. So this is the workflow in n8n, right? So the first workflow, what I'm doing is I'm loading the document, and that document here I'm chunking that. I'm chunking using data load to chunk that, right? And insert that document to a embeddings A. This is called an embedding that the score, right? To generate a score and embedding. So in this very simple use case, I'm not using the vector database, but we can use the vector database. But very to want to simplify that, here I'm not putting the vector database. Here I'm just creating a table called chunk and the embedding, right? This is the first part. And this is a tool used to add that embedding to the embedding table, right? So this is a guy is chunking that, and afterwards this guy is creating embedding and storing it to the embedding table. This is one stores embedding table, right? And second step, in the second step, what I can do is, so I got the document. When the customer care get the email, right? So I will check. Customer care might get multiple kinds of email. I need to respond only to the email related to customer care, right? So I check, is that related to customer care or not. Reads the document and it will determine it is really customer care or any kind of internal email. If it is a customer care, it is handed to the AI agent. So this AI agent, right? This AI agent will first query the data, query the embedding over here, and here it calculates. This guy calculates the score and get the chunk from actual embedding store. And once you get the chunk, right, your chat GPT will use this AI model, use that chunk and generate the response, and generated response is sent back to the customer email, right? So it's a very simple process. Let's see this in action. So this is the customer care document. It contains flight charges, cancellation, refunds, right? And next about the baggage, seating, in-flight information, irregular operations, insurance, right? And loyalty programs, special assistance, customer care, all like pet travel, other services. Small multiple things are there for travel documentation. Right now, I'm loading this document workflow. I'm choosing. I'm loading this document. So once I load this document, now this got successfully is loaded. Next, second question, second end, I'm sending an email to the customer care. Here I'm using two emails. I'm sending email from another email account to the customer care email account. So here I have one email account called here this account is called coachsinu.ai. Like if you see, this email is aacoach.sinu@gmail.com, right? From this email, I configure the customer care email as the saisrinu28@gmail.com. This is the customer care email. That's what I'm listening in the and workflow, right? So I come here and I'm sending something called this is a customer care email, right? Flight cancellation request. IARKA. I would like to cancel my flight. Please assist me with details. Some email I'm sending over here. I sent, and this is my customer care email. I still not get. Yeah, I got flight cancellation request, right? Now I'm going to my n8n. I'm triggering this workflow. So it will get that customer email, customer care email, then it is the agent is working on and gets the data from the knowledge store regarding cancellation details, and again it send the response back to me. So this is my request, right? See, dear CNVAK, thank you for reaching ARKA regarding flight cancellation. To assist better, please provide flight details such as your booking reference number, flight date and destination, right? So this is exactly looks a professional, the guy sitting over the in the customer care of the ARKA. It's very so professional, right? So this is the advantage of using RAG, right? So this is people called a RAG pipeline. Is the pipeline means how you are storing your chunks, embeddings, and how you are retrieving that stuff, and how you are generating the response based on the chunk we got from the vector store, right? So if you want everything, this workflow and the document, please comment. in the please comment, and please send me a personal email that is in the description. I can share every details to you.